Okay.
Looking for your video. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so let's go on.
It's not about disease, or not directly. It's about building the clean factories of the future. Let me explain by taking a big step back. All life runs on DNA. DNA codes for proteins, and proteins run life. DNA is composed of 4 bases: A, T, G, and C.
Let's begin over there, girl.
DNA is composed of 4 bases.
4 bases. Good. So the cookie here is composed.
Sorry.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Of, correct. Which is very, very unusual. There is another word that I use a lot, which is comprised.
What is that?
And you can use it when you want to say está compuesto de. Okay? Yeah.
You needed
Sorry
the
for
Spanish
that.
to explain that?
Do it faster.
Okay.
Está compuesto de o se compone de, which is a word that we use a lot when we make like explanations.
And what is the spelling of it?
Comprise?
Uh-huh.
Are you watching my screen?
Yep. Oh,
Do you have
comprise.
both? Yeah, right?
Yes. I didn't see it, sorry.
This is interesting.
Okay.
The reason I give you this word, I want you to copy that on your glossary, is because there's another cookie here, comprised of.
Oh.
Okay, so let's copy that too.
When comprise is alone, it is like a noun.
No, it's a verb.
It's a verb.
Similar to the word that he said. I think he said
Proteins run life. DNA is composed of 4 bases.
Similar to composed.
So composed of is more common. Comprised of is more formal.
Okay.
Okay, vocabulary you may use. Next.
A, T, G, and C. And triplets of these bases, known as codons, encode each of the amino acid building blocks in proteins.
Okay.
Hey, the sentence was long.
Yes. And triplets of these codons makes. I didn't hear it like very well. What we know as an amino acid.
Amino acid.
And that's all.
If you don't remember literally, let's go to paraphrasing.
Okay.
See.
He said that the triplets of these codons make an amino acid.
Make an amino acid. So you are going to use the word make. Okay, let's check how we can enhance it.
G, and C. And triplets of these bases, known as codons, encode each of the amino acid building blocks in proteins.
Okay. And triplets of these bases, known as codons, encodes it is a block. Well, he said something like a block, but first he said that it was an amino acid.
It is a block, good, but not only a block. He's speaking about all the different blocks. There is one word to describe similar to every.
Each.
Yes, each. Connector for each cookie.
I think that I don't
That's a
have.
challenge. Let's go again.
T, G, and C. And triplets of these bases, known as codons, encode each of the amino acid building blocks in proteins.
Each of the amino acid building blocks.
Yes.
Okay. Triplets of these bases, known as codons, encodes each of amino acid
Each
of this building. Each amino acid or each of encodes.
amino acid blocks
Yes.
at the end. Like before he says something else. Okay, here's a challenge though. I see that one of the things that that can help you is to, yeah, like again thinking about chunks of information. There is one word, or there is one way to group words called noun clauses. I have always wanted to teach you this, you know.
You will wait.
But I never disappeared, you know. So when I was when I was in at the school I taught you, no commercials done.
Okay.
There was a massive necessity I saw, a massive necessity on teaching this group of words. Noun clauses. Now that we are talking about cookies and chunks of words, you can, if you know how to divide the sentence correctly, like in what areas you can divide and you can separate chunks, it is faster to memorize and to copy those words when you speak. Okay?
Okay.
One of these strategies is to consider that every single noun that you will say, most of the times have a lot of adjectives before it in a piece. And like you can have like 4 words together, and the 4 words together is only one concept.
Yes.
For example, let's say, let's use grammar lessons. Okay, we have the word lessons, which is a noun. And if you want to talk about the type of lessons we are talking about, then we extend the word to the left. Grammarless, to the right, sorry. Yeah, it's before. Right? This is a concept of 2 words. There are longer concepts. For example, let me find an exact long example. It's good. 6 young children. You have 3 words, 2 adjectives preceding a noun. And if you mentalize the 6 young children as only one group of information, it's easier to remember this word and to duplicate it.
Okay.
And it can become longer and longer and longer. There are very long chains. Okay. These are with post modifiers. These are simple examples. In the video, you have this.
E and C. And triplets of these bases, known as codons, encode each of the amino acid building blocks in proteins.
The words start with each and ends in blocks.
Each of the amino acid building blocks.
Exactly. Each of the amino acid building blocks. Each of the amino acid building blocks. 6 words in only one concept.
Thank goodness.
I know,
Yes.
right? Exactly. It's a massive cookie that is going directly connected to the next word. The next word, do you remember what was the last information? He said in something.
In DNA?
In proteins.
In proteins. Oh.
Because they are like the chains, the building blocks, the amino acid building blocks
Mm-hmm.
in proteins. So technically, thinking in English is thinking from the outside to the inside. From
Nice.
back, from right to left. Think about it. A switch of thought.
Okay.
Mhm. Let me check if that information helped you for the next. Okay, let's go.
The genetic code is a rule book that defines which codon encodes which amino acid.
The genetic code is a rule book
Mhm. Mhm.
which it indicates what to do, but he said it in a different way.
Paraphrase. Let me check what you understood.
I understood that he said that the genetic code was a book rule
Mhm.
who indicates I don't know how to explain it. Who indicates which amino acid
Mhm.
needs to be in which position,
Yes. Mhm. We can replace the word which with the word each, and you are
Oh,
going. Mhm. But yes,
okay.
yes, perfect. Let's keep that in mind. Let's repeat.
Mhm.
The amino acid building blocks in proteins. The genetic code is a rule book that defines which codon encodes which amino acid.
Is which, right?
Yes.
Okay, the genetic code is a rule book that indicates which codon which codon
Does something.
yes, it do something, but I don't remember the word.
Okay. Okay.
But it was which amino acid. Something which amino acid.
Precisely. So does something to which amino acid, no? So
Mhm.
we only missed the verb.
Yes.
I was surprised. Very good. You understood what a rule book is. I was going to teach you that word, but you mastered it. Rule book. Mhm.
Nice.
Very good. So let's find the verb that we missed.
Building blocks in proteins. The genetic code is a rule book that defines which codon encodes which amino acid.
Which codon encodes which amino acid?
Encodes. So as I can see, the verb that you need to repeat 100 times is encodes.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Talk about like viruses and DNA and information, and code.
Mhm.
Good job. Perfect. Let's continue. Did we have an encode in our glossary?
Nope.
Let's write it down. I know that you understand it, but just to make your conscience practice it. You know?
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Very nice. Good.
I like in the definition, it says secret message.
Secret messages. That's interesting. To change binary language into letters and yeah, basically. The other definition says to change information into a form that can be processed by a computer. Biology. To be responsible for producing a specific protein. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All of them, basically. Yes to all of them.
Is there it says that it is a C2 word, but I think that the complete word, right? Or in code too.
The, the level of the word goes by the definition of it. So the first time you hear encode, it's more probable that you hear it when you're talking about computers. Oh, when you're talking about messages and, for example, letters, no, military stuff. And then when you go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper into the language, you find other different definitions. The deeper you go, the more complex the word becomes because it's more niche. Becomes more niche and niche and niche and niche and niche. That's why this definition is C2, while this definition may be B2 or B1.
Okay. Nice.
Another example is the word run. What's the first definition that comes to your mind when you hear run?
Someone
Running, no?
Yes.
Wow. But then you explore the word a little bit more and it becomes more complex. B1, to be in charge of the business.
Okay.
You see? Then B2, to provide, to make a service, such as the college runs summer courses.
Yes. And we use it like in the beginning of the video.
Exactly. When you're talking about computers in the beginning of the video, this must be B2. Look, machine. To operate or function, to run a computer. Our van runs on diesel. That is B2.
Nice. Okay.
I know, right? It's literally, the more niche the word becomes, the higher level it is. So yeah. Next sentence.
Amino acid building blocks in proteins. The genetic code is a rule book that defines which codon encodes which amino acid.
Okay, let's fix it.
Oh, again?
Yeah, one more time. Why not?
I didn't pay attention. The genetic code is a rule book which
Rulebook. What does a rulebook do?
which indicates
Excellent.
which amino acid encodes for which protein.
Let's go. Very good. Nice. Association before memorization.
Mhm.
The next one.
So, for example, the triplet codon TCG encodes the amino acid serine.
So, for example, the triplicate TCG encodes for amino acid serine.
Serine. The triplet, what did you say?
The triplicate
There was something there.
base
Base.
or codon.
Honestly, I don't remember. Let's go again.
Nice. Okay.
And so, for example, the triplet codon TCG encodes the amino acid serine.
Okay.
So, for example, the triplicate codon TCG encodes for amino acid serine.
Everything is perfect except the word triplicate. Triplicate is a verb. You don't
Really?
need a verb. Mhm. The word that you're looking for is this one, pronunciation.
Triplet.
Mhm.
Triplet.
Nice.
Triplet is like twins, but in three.
Yeah, it's a good definition.
Great
Yeah,
definition.
we use it a lot in Spanish, but I didn't know the spelling and
Yeah, you were
pronunciation.
translating it as triplicate, right?
Yes.
Hacking. I'm gonna give you a hack method. In the next classes, one of the lessons I teach in this level is the use of suffixes, suffixes and prefixes. You know, words endings such as Asian, phi, ing, it is, etc. Right? The
Mhm.
suffix ate is only used in verbs.
That's why I was using it as a verb.
Exactly. So if you are trying to use, look, interpolate, emulate, expropriate, rejuvenate, all these words are verbs.
Mhm.
So whenever you're trying to find a translation from Spanish to English, and if you need the adjective or the noun or any other word that is not the verb, don't use it. You know?
Okay.
Another example is a lot of students make the mistake with the word. How would you say in English? Acentuar.
Accentuation.
Asian is for a noun.
Accent.
Accent.
Accent. And that's it?
Yep. The verb. No. The verb is accentuate.
Oh.
Verb. And then you can make a distinction. The verb is accentuate. This is the verb, and the concept would be accentuation. Asian is a suffix for nouns. In your area of expertise, suffixes will like transform your speech. Mhm. You will feel much more secure of this word is correct because the suffix is correct. You know?
Okay.
Mhm.
I hope so.
Totally. I will give you a list of suffixes. I think I have a list of suffixes somewhere. These are prefixes. Somewhere.
I put it there, but I don't know where.
No, the material for this level is
Like a lot.
has been a pieces, you know? Easily. Suffixes, prefixes. This is for adjectives. Look, for adjectives. We have the classic ed and ing, no? Bored, cooked, fried. Boring, cooking, frying. But again, for all the adjectives, color orange, we have all such as central, political, national, optional, and different dependent except. If, us, full, less, able, and I. This is only for adjectives. I'm gonna give you the screenshot right now. Why not? Yeah, collect it. Then we're gonna use it later.
In this moment.
We are here already, right?
Okay.
Then for verbs, color green. Every time you want to say shone, and you want to say the verb, your intention is to say the verb, but your mouth said shone, then be careful.
Okay.
You know? These are nouns. Here's the famous shone. Alteration comes from the verb alter. Demonstration comes from the verb demonstrate. You see? And the like.
Interesting.
I know, right?
Yes.
Okay, continue. Now, what was the sentence? Let's repeat.
What was the sentence? We were talking
And
about.
Do you remember or do you want me to repeat?
I want you to repeat.
Yeah.
so, for example, the triplet codon TCG encodes the amino acid serine. And the order of triplet codons in DNA.
Okay. So, for example, the triplet codon TCG encodes for the amino acid serine.
Good job. Again, next.
And the order of triplet codons in DNA encodes the order of amino acid building blocks in a protein.
I don't know if I hear it okay, but he said, and the order?
Pronunciation.
Where is that?
Okay.
Wardrobe?
Yeah, you pronounced it correctly.
Wardrobe.
Wardrobe. Okay.
Wardrobe. This is a symbol over here.
Or.
Wardrobe. I like the zombie. Do you remember?
Yeah. Or.
Wardrobe. Okay.
Wardrobe is a closet.
Okay.
Well, kinda. No, it's not a closet. Sorry, it's the one because the word. Are you familiar with the word drawer?
Drawer.
No.
Perfect. 2 words. Open glossary. Drawer.
Okay.
Cajón.
Okay.
And wardrobe. Cajonera. That's why they're very similar.
Nice. Okay, so it's draw and nice. I see it,
Right?
right?
Right here.
What was the spelling of the first one?
The first one was
Wardrobe, right? Okay. They are very different to become almost the same.
Yeah, I know, right? And they sound very similar, but they don't share letters. Drawer, robe. Very strange.
Okay.
And this is considered from B1 to B2 and sometimes C1, like technical words.
Mm.
Uh-huh. So drawer, each one of these groups, he considers them wardrobes. No, the whole thing is a wardrobe. Yeah, sorry. And each of these colors are the drawers.
Ah, nice.
Let's go again.
Amino acid serine. And the order of triplet codons in DNA encodes the order of amino acid building blocks in a protein.
On the wardrobe of the DNA, he said. Encodes again.
Encodes, correct.
Encodes the. I think that now he says the order, right?
Yeah, it's an order.
Of each amino acid.
That was tricky. The first time, honestly, the first time I heard it, I heard wardrobe. But now the second time I heard it, he said order, and then I got distracted completely from the rest of the words.
Nice.
So that's gonna be bonus words for you, because I think he said order. Let's skip this one with the transcript.
And the order of triplet codons in DNA. Come on, you make me.
Me too. I heard
Order
order.
too, right?
Order too.
What happened?
Yeah, but no, wow. That was the second time I heard it. I was like, "Uh-oh, I think I have a mistake here." The word was
Nice.
order.
Well, we learned something new.
Exactly. Yes, you have two bonus words there. Okay.
Okay.
Drawer, and wardrobe. Okay, let's go again.
And the triplet codons in DNA. The triplet codon TCG encodes the amino acid serine. And the order of triplet codons in DNA encodes the order of amino acid building blocks in a protein.
Okay, and the order of triplet codons encodes the order of each amino acid.
Remember, we are talking about blocks.
Each amino acid building block.
Building blocks. Excellent. Yes, that's grouping. That is thinking in cookies.
Yes, talking in cookies.
Talking in cookies. Yes. English? Who needs English? Cookies.
Cookies.
Next one.
There are 64 triplet codons in DNA and just 20 common amino acids.
Action.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, let's listen again.
Please.
Acid building blocks in a protein. There are 64 triplet codons in DNA and just 20 common amino acids.
There are 64 triplet codons on DNA, and there are only 20 different amino acids?
Almost. Like before we go to the amino acids, I hear every time,
Common?
huh?
It was not the word?
No, it was protein.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 20 proteins. But the it was a little bit like a flash. The word on, the usage of the connector
Again.
on. Uh-huh. I see that like when you have doubt on what connector to use, you automatically go to the word on. That's pretty interesting. Try to change that to in. Like if you don't know which one to use in.
Okay.
Right? That's gonna be your standard. And apart from that, there will be the differences. Okay.
Okay.
That was, I don't remember the word, but yeah, let's figure it out.
Of amino acid building blocks in a protein. There are 64 triplet codons in DNA and just 20 common amino acids.
There are 64 triplet codons in DNA, and there are only 20 20 amino acids, 20 common amino acids.
Good job. Wow. Very nice. 20 common. Did you find the word, the connector on that we were, that I was correcting?
Yes, before DNA.
Yeah, 64 triplet codons in DNA, not on DNA. You know? Anyway, very good job.
Okay.
Girl, what did you learn today?
A new word. What is a drawer? Drawer.
Yeah, nice. Okay. That was the highlight of the night, you know? Drawer. That's
Yeah.
the highlight. Well,
No,
you're
I think that I am better than the last night. Shadow.
on shadowing.
Yes.
You're doing it well. You're doing it very, very well because you're talking about you're grouping words now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which is that
I would
you're
like
grouping.
to say that maybe I learned something different about this, but about the topic, but actually no. So sorry.
Exactly. This is vocabulary that you use every single day, you know?
Yes.
But now it's time to see how other people use it, so then you can duplicate the way they use. And then
Okay.
whenever you have the chance to speak in front of an audience, to report a result, you know, everything's gonna become super easy. After exploring the language this way, whenever you are reading a paper or a magazine or something, you are going to analyze those points that you didn't take into consideration before, like the noun phrases, words that are repeatedly together across the text. In this case was the blocks, the building blocks,
Yeah.
amino acid building blocks,
Building blocks. Yes.
right? 4 different concepts in together in only packed in only one concept, repeated many times in the conversation. No, the other thing, verbs plus preposition collocations, right? Using the correct preposition, etc. That's the other thing that whenever you are reading, now these are going to be flashpoints for you.
Okay.
Okay, your challenge is use them, duplicate them when you speak.
That's a good challenge.
Exactly. Don't worry. That's why I'm gonna be helping you. Okay.
Thank you.
Awesome, girl. Well, let's finish some minutes before, as I told you, because I'm gonna be with Daniel. We're gonna check his level of English. And at
Okay.
this moment, you are good to go. Excellent job, girl.
Thank you.
I'll see you later, girl.
Bye. Have a great night.
You too.